Scotland are looking to get their World Cup campaign back on track against Tonga. My name is Mark, let's talk rugby. Scotland beat Tonga. This one is in the Stade de Nice in Nice. It's on Sunday 24th of September and a kickoff is 4:45 BST. This is world number 5 versus world number 15. We'll have a closer look at the two teams, starting with the Scotland lineup. So at fullback we got Blair Kinghorn. On the right wing then Kyle Steyn is preferred to start there. Centres we got a change as well. Chris Harris comes in at 13 beside Tuipulotu. The left wing then Duhan van der Merwe is still there. We still haven't seen much of him in this tournament, and for a lot of these Scotland players, I think on Sunday it's almost as if their Rugby World Cup will be almost starting afresh for them, because they didn't really fire a shot against South Africa, and now they've got to basically win their last 3 games to qualify. So a lot riding on this game. Next then we have Finn Russell at 10. If anyone's going to make it happen for them against Tonga, it's going to be him, and they're good opposition, I think, for him. He might throw an intercept in this one, but I think he'll do enough good things that in the final shake-up of the game, it won't really matter, because I'm expecting him to provide a number of try assists in this, or at least giving rather than the scoring pass, maybe one before it. Ben White then at 9. Front row we got Sutherland, Turner and Fagerson. So Sutherland, definitely first choice, same with Fagerson. Turner had such a good Six Nations, made that 2 shirt his own for the minute, and it's a nice strong front row for them. Second row then we got Gray and Cummings, which seems to be the preferred pairing there as well. Back row we got Captain Jamie Ritchie, Rory Darge. Got to see a big game from him, I think, at the breakdown, making sure that he's a menace to Tonga, turning over a ball that from a Scotland point of view, they're going to hope that if he does turn over the ball, they can move it quickly. Even with penalties and stuff, they might go quickly from the penalties. But if he does win the penalties, probably more likely kicking it up the line. Got Jack Dempsey at 8. He's got to do really well with his carries upfield. He's going to be, the main man in that regard for them here. I think that's why he is preferred to start in this one as well. On to the bench then, we got Ewan Ashman, Pierre Schoeman and W. Nell. They're the front row replacements. Sam Skinner is going to be covering second row. Matt Fagerson, he was a starter for a long time, seems to have fallen behind Dempsey in the pecking order. So when he comes on, expect him to have an impact, because he's going to want to show that he's worthy of starting. Got George Horn as replacement 9. Hugh Jones, another guy who's going to look to impress from the bench. Himself and Tuipulotu, that had that great understanding in the Six Nations. I talked about in the warm-up games how we didn't really see that between them. We saw each of them doing good individual things, but not really linking up together. And maybe that's why Harris has come into the team for that. So Jones, again, when he comes on, he's going to want to show that he can be effective in there, and whether he's going to come on with Tuipulotu or for Tuipulotu, he's still going to want to put his own case forward. You got Darcy Graham there as well. Steyn preferred over him to start, so he's got such a good try scoring record for Scotland, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets 1 or 2 tries coming off the bench as well late on in this one. Onto the Tonga team, so they named the same starting 15 as they did against Ireland. Front row, PC Ihoi, Ngao Amo and Tamei Funa. So you've seen those guys having some impact against Ireland at the breakdown, when they were making things a little bit awkward for them, but need to see them, do a bit more of that against Scotland. The second row then we got Halaleva Fafita and Sam Lousy. They've just, for whatever reason, changed the numbers on their backs for this one, but it's the same locking partnership. The back row then we have Halai Fanua and Talitui and Vai Fafita. So same back row as well. You know, the pack, we saw them have an impact at times against Ireland, but it was only in patches. It needs to be more if they're, you know, going to cause an upset against Scotland. On to then the backs. So same halfbacks, Pulu and Havili. Thought that, again, at times they look good against Ireland. The left wing then is Tamoi Piu and Kata is on the right wing, so they've actually swapped wings as well. Centre is the same, Aki and Fekatoa. They're like a very good centre combination, two really good players, and you feel that, you know, against Scotland they might get a bit more space than they did against Ireland, just because Scotland like to take more risks than Ireland do, so might see them having a bit of an impact in terms of getting some go forward for the team. Fullback then is Pitau, another excellent player there as well, and someone who, you know, if you kick loosely too, he's gonna hurt you running the ball back. Onto the bench then we have Moli, Kaloa, Mathangi and Apikotoa. They're the front row replacements. Got Coleman there as a second row replacement. Got Paya covering the back row. We got Vailanu, Takulua and Pellegrini there as well. So, you know, some players who, a lot of them were on the bench as well against Ireland. There's a couple, I think, that have come on for this game as well, but all will be looking to make impact off that bench as well. And they'll have to, because, you know, Scotland have some real talent on their bench to come on. So, you know, if they're to kind of negate that, these guys are going to have to step up. Who I think is going to win this one? Well, I have to be honest here, I think it's going to be Scotland. I think Scotland, after that performance against South Africa, you know, there's a lot of things that they'll have worked on in training. The players, you know, they've had a week off. They'll be itching to get out here and really show what they can do. It might mean now for Scotland that in the first kind of, you know, 10 minutes or so, we see them trying a little bit too much and things not quite clicking for them. But once they settle into the game, I think they will, you know, go about their business. Tonga are definitely going to have patches the same way they did against Ireland, where they're going to be on top, and I expect them to score a couple of times. But I do expect that Scotland will go on to win this one. They'll get the bonus point. The bonus point is going to be very important for Scotland as well, because if they get no bonus point in this one, then when they're playing Ireland, they're basically got to beat Ireland with a bonus point, and they don't want to be in that situation. So, you know, as I said, I expect Tonga to make it a game for, I don't know how long, but certainly make it a game for some period, and then, but for Scotland to come through in the end.